Hello, welcome back. I'm Statman Dave, and today we're going to be taking a look at how Bruno Fernandes has improved Manchester United in Tactics Explained. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, like the goddamn video and turn the notification bell on, but stop! We're going to be doing something a little bit different moving forward. We're going to be answering one of your questions from the comments at the end of the video. You've got to use the hashtag AskDave to get involved with that. Drop them in and we'll answer all the big ones. This video, of course, is brought to you with Coral. But anyway, let's get this party started. Since Bruno Fernandes was signed for a reported €55 million initial fee, Manchester United sits second in the form table, only behind actual leaders Liverpool, having played a game fewer. Whilst this is already an impressive start, it becomes more impressive when you consider in those 5 games, United have faced a resilient Everton, a resurgent Watford, who beat Liverpool a week later 3-0, as well as Wolves, Chelsea and Manchester City. But what's changed at Old Trafford? Before Bruno Fernandes' arrival, Solskjaer had mostly set United up in a 4-2-3-1, making use of 3 pacey forwards and a combative double pivot, which made United excellent when they could sit deep and counter-attack. In possession, however, a lot of creative responsibility fell on the attacking midfielder. This is a solid system on paper, but United struggle without a truly creative number 10, being unable to consistently create chances for their forwards. In fact, since the start of the season, Man United's most creative players from open play, Fred and Andreas Pereira, have created 28 chances from open play each. Just the 28th best in the league, fewer than Cesar Azpilicueta. But Bruno Fernandes has stepped in and filled this void. He's already registered the most Premier League assists for any Manchester United midfielder this season, despite having played just 5 games. But Bruno's impact has been more than just impressive creative numbers. The Portuguese Magnifico is able to dictate United's play, ordering his teammates about, getting on the ball, and playing it to a player who's now in space because of Bruno's instructions. Then rinse and repeat. The stats showcase the roaming playmaker's style, pass and move. Since moving to the Premier League, only Rodri's completed more passes into the final third than Manchester United's number 18. But also, only Trent Alexander-Arnold has played more passes into the penalty area, highlighting the impact of getting United into the final third, but also into the penalty area. This has not only benefited United's attackers, knowing that Bruno already has a picture in his head, giving United's forwards the confidence to make runs in behind because of Fernandes' awareness to find them, but it's benefited the deep ball progressors, mainly in defence and midfield, as instead of having to find a killer pass, which isn't their game, they can now look for Fernandes, who can play that killer pass or get a shot away. A secondary benefit of Bruno Fernandes to these midfielders is that opposition are already aware of Bruno as a threat, so they're more concerned with man marking him instead of defensive midfielders, giving these players more time and space to pick a pass. The biggest beneficiary has been Fred. The Brazilian already made a strong start to the season, but since Bruno's arrival, he's gone from strength to strength, especially in attack. Because of Bruno's quality on the ball, teams will often man mark him in midfield when United are building. This means he can pull the opposition midfielder out of position, opening up space for his teammates. Fred has used this space to great effect a number of times this season, but we're going to highlight 2 of his second assist passes since Bruno joined. The first coming against Chelsea, Fred in possession just outside his own box. He plays the ball wide to Wan-Bissaka, who takes a touch and moves down the line and lays a pass into Fred's path, who can then give it back to the fullback, who then cuts it back, does Willian and whips in a fantastic ball for Martial to head home. But if we take it back, the key to this goal was the space created by Fernandes. As Fred plays it wide, Bruno drops deep and Kovacic follows him, meaning a massive space is opened up between Chelsea's lines that Fred can surge into, pulling Chelsea in, then out and isolating Wan-Bissaka with Willian to get his cross away. Against Lask, Bruno does a similar thing with a build-up to Dan James's goal, this time when Fred is in possession. He moves wide to open up a forward passing lane into Garlo, who turns and plays it to Dan James to run in, jink back and finish. The key to both of these second assist passes Fred makes is the fact that the space is created by Bruno Fernandes and they're a short 15-yard or 20-yard pass created by the movement of the Portuguese international. But let's look at goals and assists. In the 9 games since Fernandes was signed, Fred has been directly involved in 5 goals in all competitions, 2 more than he managed in his previous 55 games for Manchester United. The confidence Fred will gain not only from the improved performances, but the goal involvements we mentioned will stand the Brazilian in good stead to further progress at Manchester United, as we saw as his assist against Bruges. In the final third, Clinton Mata is in possession. He goes down the line to the wing-back, who is pressed by Fred. His return pass is read by Bruno, who finds Fred. The Brazilian moves into the box, drawing the pressure and teeing up McTominay to finish. This goal shows showcased Fred's improvement, not only pressing well and not committing a foul, but having the composure to pick the right pass in the box, but also helped by Bruno Fernandes winning that ball back in the final third. The biggest improvement, though, in an attacking sense from Bruno's arrival has been United's output from dead ball situations. Since Bruno's debut, no Premier League side has scored more goals from dead ball situations than United, with Bruno being directly involved in all 3 goals. Simply put, United have gone from 2019 set-piece whipping boys to one of the most dangerous sides from dead balls in the league, with the most notable so far breaking the deadlock in the Manchester derby. United with a free kick in the final third. Stood over the ball, Bruno looks to be instructing the players at the back post, but draws his arm down and deftly flicks a ball over the top for Martial to get a first-time shot away. A fantastic bit of ingenuity from the pair. Not only gave United something to defend, but forced City to come onto them, which created space in behind for James and Martial on the counter-attack. As good as Bruno has been improving United's attack, which was what he was largely signed for, what's been more surprising has been the improvement in United's defence. This season, Solskjaer looked to make United difficult to break down, which can be seen in his shape with 2 defensive midfielders, and his signings spending £125 million on defensive reinforcements in Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire. Whilst these signings clearly make United more combative, they seem to make costly mistakes or buckle under constant pressure as the opposition searched for late equalisers. Prior to Bruno's arrival, United were expected to concede 24 goals, but actually conceded 29, making 5 errors that directly led to goals, a figure only bettered by Spurs for the top 6. But since Bruno's come in, United have looked a lot more sure defensively, keeping 8 clean sheets in the 10 games following Fernandes' transfer. When Solskjaer was appointed on a permanent basis, he stated he wanted United to work harder. Speaking in his first press conference, he said, "I've got some targets. I would want a Man United team that is one of the most hardest working in the league, the fittest in the league, and then that will bring results." And Bruno has massively added to this. Not only is he Manchester United's creative linchpin, but he's attempted more tackles per game in the Premier League than any player in the club. In fact, only Ricardo Pereira has attempted more in the competition than Bruno Fernandes. The main reason why Manchester United's number 18 can produce this level of output is his intelligence. He's a really smart footballer, highlighted by his pressing game. He's constantly aware of his man, which is often the opposition number 6. By picking up this player, he can inhibit his opponent's building up. But from here, he can also use his instincts and intelligence to crank up the press, or if the ball is won, he's in a position to receive and counter-attack dangerously. We've picked out 3 examples of play in 3 different systems: the 4-2-3-1 against Bruges, the 3-4-1-2 against Man City, and the Diamond against Everton. The first against Club Bruges. The Belgians are in their own defensive third, trying to build Bruno on Ritz. Clinton Mata goes back to Mignolet, who turns away from Igalo as Bruno reacts, pressing Mignolet playing to his left. As United's press engages, the ball falls to Bruno, whose shot is saved and cleared. But let's rewind. Bruno is sat on Matt Ritz. As Mignolet croifs away from Igalo, Bruno moves into a more aggressive position to cut off the central space. He then checks his right shoulder to make sure there isn't an easy pass to a number 6. He then curves his run and makes a forceful step to his left, forcing Mignolet into United's man-to-man trap, where they win the ball back, which leads to the 1v1 for Bruno. The former Sporting man's ability in the press is leading to more counter-attacking situations for Manchester United. The next is in the Manchester derby. City, building from a goal kick, have possession with Fernandinho. The Brazilian plays a 1-2 with Otamendi and is pressed by Martial, kicking the ball long. Aguero's layoff is recovered by Matic, who plays it to Fred. From this position, Bruno is goal side of Rodri, with space to move into. Fred plays the pass. Bruno's one-touch pass puts James in a great position to open up the scoring. But the main reason why City are going long is United's man-to-man coverage, with Bruno picking up Rodri. City can't play out from their fulcrum, who's covered up with the build-up. What we need to highlight here is Bruno's ability to find space after the ball is won. The picture he also has in his head to spot the pass when able to play one touch. This makes United more efficient on the counter-attack with Bruno Fernandes in the side. And finally, his goal against Everton, again starting from a goal kick. Keane picks up the ball and plays it to Sidibe. Sidibe's pass inside is picked up by Matic, who instantly plays it to Fernandes, who smashes the ball past Pickford. Taking it back to the start, Bruno splits Gomez and Davis. But as the ball goes right, he picks up Davis, close enough to react, and close him down, but far away enough to spin off into the space. In this occasion, it's the latter and United equalise. And this is the difference between Fernandes and other players in the squad. Fernandes not only has the intelligence and work rate to facilitate Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tactical plan, but the quality to punish the opposition with goals. And you can see United's counter-attacking numbers before and after Bruno's arrival in Manchester of how much he's had impact on that. United are not only taking more shots on the counter-attack per game, but they're more efficient on the break, thus are scoring nearly 2.5 times more goals on the counter-attack with Bruno in the team. And this incredible work rate and intelligence has allowed United to defend higher up the pitch, with Bruno supplementing United's pressing game, forcing the opposition to kick long. But I think Bruno has had such a big impact on United's defence because of a number of factors. First, his offensive output allows the defensive players to focus on their defensive game, and his good execution in the final third means that when United have committed a number of bodies forward, Bruno rarely concedes counter-attacking situations, either creating or getting a shot away. Second, his tendency to drop deeper, to get on the ball, sees United more assured in their build-up, and with that extra body, they can play out of the opposition press with greater ease. But the third and most perhaps significant factor has been the timing of Bruno's goal involvements. All 7 of his goal involvements have opened up the scoring for Solskjaer's men, both giving United the momentum and control in the match, whilst allowing them to sit a little deeper and open up space for the counter-attack. In his first 9 games in all competitions, Bruno Fernandes has been directly involved in 7 goals, the same rate as Robin van Persie. But we've already mentioned Bruno has added more than just goals and assists to Solskjaer's side. And despite being here for such a short period, United have already improved as a whole. Per game in the Premier League, United are scoring more, conceding fewer and winning more points per game with Bruno than without him. The exciting side of this is that we've spoken about his playmaking ability, the space that he's creating for his teammates, and his tactical brain has massively improved Manchester United, without mentioning his incredible goal-scoring ability, which will start to show itself the more he's played with his teammates. But anyway guys, what do you think? Has Bruno and Fernandes massively improved Manchester United? Get in the poll above and the comments below, but also remember to get in the comments and leave me your questions with the hashtag AskDave, and we'll be answering the next one in the next video. We'll see you next time. Subscribe if you're new, like the video. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more content on the Statman Dave YouTube channel.